Hi, I'm Dobby, but you can call me Dobbs. So today I am reviewing The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. So The Hobbit is about a hobbit, obviously, that went on an adventure. What is a hobbit, you ask? And if you're not asking that, then I'm going to tell you anyways. A hobbit is a small creature. They don't like adventures and like living a normal life. They live in hobbit holes, but hobbit holes aren't small, muddy, or dry. They're these big, comfy, cozy hobbit holes that are their homes. They're homely, they have furniture and everything that they might need. Now, this hobbit, Bilbo Baggins, was invited on an adventure by Gandalf and Thorin and company. I'm not going to say all the dwarfs this time.
What?
Dwalin, Balin, Killy, Filly, Dory, Nori, Ori, Oin, Gloin, Bifer, Boffer, Bomber, and Thorin.
And this was an adventure to fight a dragon called Smaug the Magnificent. And they had to go over mountains and forests, and they had to go through many different things to get to this dragon to fight for stolen gold. So this book was awesome. I'm going to give it 4.75 out of 5 stars. And in this book, the adventure of this book kept building on and on. It was very descriptive, and I loved the language, like the figurative language, and just the writing, like style that J.R.R. Tolkien used. One problem for me was the end was a little bit confusing. Just a tiny bit. It was mostly fine, but that was one problem. So I noticed that in this book there were a lot of songs that the author put in. Like in the beginning there was this nice one, and they were really good at making the songs. Like the rhymes were very corresponding. So if say A rhymes with A and B rhymes with B, you go A, B, A, B. And like that was the rhyme pattern that they used, and the songs, they were really descriptive, and I loved reading them. This part has to do with this book, which I reviewed, so please go check that out. So I read the graphic novel before the actual book, and the good things about the graphic novels is that there are pictures, so you could really like see what's happening in the book. But then this one has a lot more language and a lot more words that you can describe, so you can envision what you think it's like. And I did enjoy reading this one before this one because it cleared up any like confusing parts in this story. Like if something was confusing, then I was like, oh, I already read this, I know what this part is. But also I already knew the end of the story, so it was kind of like I was kind of rushing to get to the end because I already knew what it was. So those are the good and bad parts about this, that, and reading this one before this one. So lastly, I read this book before. I started it, but I never finished it, and that was because of two reasons. One reason was because it was too long, and I just never got a chance to finish it. I guess I just got like busy and I never finished it. And two was that it was a little complicated for me back then because I didn't really understand the language that much. But once you start to read it, you really love it. Yeah. So this book I would recommend this book to fantasy lovers, people who like Harry Potter. I think will enjoy this book if you like the magical creature side of Harry Potter, because there's a lot of creatures in this book. There's dragons, there's dwarves, which aren't in Harry Potter, there's elves, and I really liked how they incorporated a lot of different creatures in this book. So this book was made into a movie, and I really want to watch that movie because I read the graphic novel, the book, and now I need to watch the movie. This book is also a series book. It's the prelude to the Lord of the Rings series, which has 3, I'm guessing this is all the books, 3 books. And I really want to read that. I've heard a lot of good things about it. There's a ring in this book. I think it's kind of connected to it. And I think they're not, I think that you can read Lord of the Rings before you read Hobbit. I'm not sure, but I think so. But yeah. Oh, I want to add one more thing. I just thought of this at the top of my head. But reading The Hobbit made me want to watch the movie and read the next in the series, Lord of the Rings. Like, it just made me want to, like, because it was such a good book that I'm excited to read more of J.R.R. Tolkien's books. So, that'll be the end of my book review. If you like this video, please like this video. And while you're down there, please subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. So, no, this sounds like bad transition. Going from that to that. So, transition. Okay. And I really want to read that book. Do you hear me? I said this book was made into a movie and I really want to read that book. Okay.